Welcome back to U.S. Immigration Explorer, the channel where we break down U.S. immigration news, policies, and updates in simple language so you can clearly understand what it means for you and your family. If you are a green card holder living in the United States, or if you have family members who are permanent residents, what you are about to hear today could directly affect your future. There is growing concern across immigrant communities that new immigration rules expected in 2026 could significantly increase deportation risks for green card holders. Social media is full of alarming headlines, confusing claims, and viral videos saying deportations are confirmed. But what is actually true, what is changing, and what should green card holders really be worried about? In this video, we are breaking everything down clearly, calmly, and fact by fact, so you can understand what is coming, what is not, and how to protect yourself before it's too late. Welcome back to U.S. Immigration Explorer, where we help you stay informed, prepared, and ahead of every major U.S. immigration update. Let's start with the most important point right away. Green card holders are not immune from deportation. This has always been true under U.S. immigration law. Lawful permanent residents have strong protections, but they can still lose their status under certain conditions. What is changing now is not the idea of deportation itself, but how aggressively immigration laws may be enforced, how rules may be interpreted, and how much discretion officers and judges may have, starting in 2026, depending on policy shifts, enforcement priorities, and new regulations. One of the biggest reasons this topic is gaining attention is the increasing focus on interior enforcement. Over the past few years, immigration enforcement largely focused on undocumented immigrants and border issues. However, multiple policy proposals and enforcement reviews suggest that future administrations may expand enforcement to include lawful permanent residents who fall out of compliance with immigration law, even for reasons that many green card holders previously believed were minor or safe. Criminal issues are one of the largest deportation risk factors for green card holders, and this is expected to remain a major focus in 2026. Many permanent residents do not realize that certain crimes, even nonviolent ones, can trigger deportation proceedings. These include aggravated felonies, crimes involving moral turpitude, drug-related offenses, domestic violence charges, fraud, and repeated criminal convictions. What may change in 2026 is stricter interpretation of these categories, faster referrals to immigration court, and fewer opportunities for relief depending on the offense. Another area raising concern is prolonged absence from the United States. A green card is meant for permanent residence in the U.S., not for living abroad long-term. If a green card holder spends too much time outside the country, especially more than 6 months at a time, or more than 1 year without a reentry permit, immigration officers can question whether the person abandoned their residency. In 2026, immigration officers may apply abandonment rules more strictly, especially at ports of entry. This means green card holders who frequently travel or live abroad for extended periods could face increased scrutiny, questioning, or even placement into removal proceedings. Failure to file U.S. taxes correctly is another underappreciated risk. Green card holders are required to file U.S. tax returns as residents, reporting worldwide income. Filing as a non-resident, failing to file altogether, or claiming exemptions incorrectly can be interpreted as evidence that you do not consider the U.S. your permanent home. While this has always been part of immigration law, enforcement may become more systematic in the future as government agencies increase data sharing between IRS, USCIS, and other departments. Public charge concerns are also resurfacing. While the public charge rule has gone through multiple legal changes, future administrations could revise how public benefits are evaluated when green card holders apply for naturalization, renew documents, or travel internationally. Although deportation solely for using public benefits is rare, misrepresentation or fraud related to benefits can lead to serious consequences. Another major factor is misrepresentation and fraud. This includes providing false information on immigration applications, lying during interviews, using fake documents, or entering into sham marriages. Even if the green card was granted years ago, immigration authorities can reopen cases if fraud is discovered. In 2026, increased use of digital records, AI-assisted background checks, and interagency databases could make it easier to detect inconsistencies that were previously overlooked. One of the most misunderstood risks involves conditional permanent residence. Those who obtained a green card through marriage and are still within the conditional period must properly file to remove conditions. Failure to do so, filing late without a valid reason, or providing insufficient evidence can result in termination of status and removal proceedings. This process is expected to become more documentation heavy in the coming years. There is also concern about changes to immigration court procedures. Immigration courts are already overwhelmed, but future reforms may prioritize faster case processing, fewer continuances, and stricter deadlines. While this could reduce backlogs, it may also limit the time immigrants have to prepare defenses, secure legal representation, or apply for relief. For green card holders facing removal, this could make outcomes more unpredictable. Naturalization delays are another indirect risk factor. Many green card holders delay applying for U.S. citizenship, believing their permanent resident status is enough. However, citizenship is the strongest protection against deportation. If enforcement becomes stricter in 2026, remaining a green card holder instead of becoming a citizen could expose individuals to risks that could have been avoided. Travel risks are also worth discussing. Green card holders with past arrests, pending charges, or unresolved immigration issues may face problems when re-entering the U.S. In some cases, individuals are detained at the airport and placed into removal proceedings upon return. Future policy changes may expand the categories of travelers who are referred for secondary inspection. It's also important to address misinformation. There is no single law that says all green card holders will be deported in 2026. That claim is false. Deportation does not happen automatically, and it still requires legal grounds and due process. However, what is changing is the environment in which immigration laws are enforced. Small mistakes that were previously ignored could carry bigger consequences under stricter enforcement policies. So what should green card holders do now? First, know your rights and responsibilities. Understand what activities can put your status at risk. Second, avoid criminal issues at all costs, even minor ones. Third, file taxes correctly and on time. Fourth, limit long absences from the U.S. and apply for a reentry permit if needed. Fifth, keep copies of all immigration documents and maintain accurate records. And finally, if you are eligible for U.S. citizenship, strongly consider applying. Legal advice is also critical. Immigration law is complex and constantly changing. Consulting a qualified immigration attorney before traveling, after any arrest, or when facing legal uncertainty can make a huge difference. Waiting until a problem becomes serious is often too late. As 2026 approaches, staying informed will be more important than ever. Immigration rules do not change overnight, but enforcement priorities can shift quickly depending on political leadership and policy decisions. By understanding the risks early and taking proactive steps, green card holders can protect themselves and their families. If this video helped clarify the confusion around green card deportation risks and upcoming immigration changes, make sure to like this video so it reaches more people who need accurate information. Subscribe to U.S. Immigration Explorer for weekly updates, clear explanations, and honest breakdowns of U.S. immigration news. Share this video with friends or family members who hold a green card and may not realize the importance of staying compliant. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay prepared, and we'll see you in the next update.